Welcome everybody! We are the Grin Brothers, and Merry Christmas!
It took a very long time to press that button.
I was trying to think of what to open up with, because it's like, well, we're not really playing through the game. This is a Christmas special. Do I save the Merry Christmas
It's
at
a
the end?
Christmas special. Definitely recorded Christmas time.
Yeah, definitely. We're recording Christmas Day. We just, if you see any discrepancies, that's just our time machine, you know?
Yeah, sure.
We got it for Christmas.
We're recording on Christmas Day, a month before Christmas.
You know, surprisingly, being a 26-year-old and something related to Father Christmas has its benefits, you know?
He pities you.
I have no friends. Please give me a time machine. You know, because they're one and the same. So yeah, we couldn't really think of what to do for a Christmas special for quite a while.
I didn't think.
Yeah, Rafi didn't think, as per usual. So I was like, you know what? We do commissions quite a bit, and we've got quite a few characters, and the Soul Calibur character creator is a lot of fun. So we figured we'd just show off the characters we made in Soul Calibur.
Pretty much, yeah.
Nice, easygoing little thing there, really. And, okay, starting off with one you will already be familiar with, anyone who frequently watches the channel. And
So
sees
no
our
one.
opening artwork and such.
The people we commission.
Yeah, we have Nanka here. She is surprisingly easy to create in the Soul Calibur character creator engine, except for the sheer types. That's
Yeah.
seemingly impossible to actually get done, because the only one who can really do that is I think it's like Cassandra's
Yeah.
everything, but that like removes the boots. You can't have the boots whilst having the tights.
Yeah. It's a bit weird, but...
Yeah, I made her a Malfested because it gave the glowing eyes, which, given I described her eyes as, you know, candle-like,
Yeah.
good. And I also think it fit the witch motif. Couldn't get a bat ribbon here, but I got a ribbon here. And unlike in Code Vein, it's not flowing everywhere.
That is a benefit.
And then
It's nice to have clothes actually attached to the part of the body they're meant to be attached to.
yeah. I mean, I won't linger too long on Nanka because, of course, people will worry if you're familiar with Nanka, and I don't need much in the way of references for Nanka artwork, do
You
I?
kind of just slap them everywhere. So.
Yeah, so I also made this as... Originally I was going like, alternative costumes for each of them, and then I thought, no, I want to make lots and lots of different characters, so...
Yeah.
But I ended up making this based off alternative outfit by Fluffy Queens, somebody who I commissioned a few times, and adopted a character from, which you'll see later. Did have to make some slight differences. I decided, I'll make it with the long hair instead of the braided hair for this one, because Nanka does let her hair down. Just typically, it's only for bathing, going to sleep, swimming, which is kind of the same thing as bathing, but
Water.
yeah, water sums it up.
Which really, if you're going swimming, it's a terrible idea.
And these next for free are per Ras hand.
Free? Oh yeah, they were. Well, I guess I should. What are the buttons for this game again? It's A.
Hey,
Hey.
to be fair, I'm having difficulty because I used to play it on the Duke controller, but my Duke controller's broken.
Now loading. That's my. Oh, yeah. Definitely hat.
Yeah, of course, Rafi couldn't exactly make a tentacle hat creature in Soul Calibur
Yes.
1-to-1.
It's kind of hard to make a hat in a character creator where everything is human shaped, but I guess this was kind of an ideal way to show off the possession factor.
Which we only shown off previously in one artwork by Pedrovin.
Yeah. And I thought, hey, mummies, they're cloth, so whatever. So of course, like half the character design is just kind of winging it, but I tried to go with kind of theming.
And hey, the yellow.
Yeah.
The presence of yellow. Funny enough, that's really absent from all the hat artwork for some
funny.
reason. It's just like everyone, like, hat has yellow tentacles. I'm going to ignore that! And everyone's just done them green. HB, I think, is one of the only people who's done them yellow, and a few people have done them yellowish tinted.
Yeah, they usually have a yellow tint to them, but...
And now for some Nightmare Fuel! Grindude! In all his glory!
He wasn't particularly easy to get right.
I mean, he doesn't have eyebrows and his horns are eyebrows.
Yeah. And also, like, he's supposed to have, like, a pot belly rather than being quite so fit.
Fat characters are kind of difficult to make in this sort of game, though.
How do you...
X and then
that's
zoom.
zoom.
Yeah.
But yeah. Hairy chest the way it should be. Oh, God.
Yeah, you can just about see it.
The eyes in Soul Calibur are kind of terrifying. Gonna be honest. But yeah,
this is what happens when you bring a me to life. This is what happens if a me enter the human realm.
yeah. Like, those characters we've kind of already got stuff. Oh god! No, Xbox controllers, stop! Stop!
And this one's an interesting story, as Grindude, as you know, the other sort of mascots of the channel, who's our me, his story of how terrible of a human being he is just kind of evolved and evolved to become worse and worse.
He has a wife. Again, it isn't quite like perfect. I was trying to go for like a very...
The name was just kind of temporary because I didn't know what to name her, so I just left it blank. So I just
don't know
Green Wife was it.
If someone wants to make up a name for her, sure. I was trying to go for like a Betty Boop kind of look, which isn't exactly easy in the engine, but like...
Got like a rose tattoo on her belly button?
Yeah.
And a body that's cartoonish in proportion.
It's supposed to kind of...
Again, that is right with the baby.
Yeah, it's the rose that goes round. There's a love heart on the back, because, I don't know, I like tattoos. Hair would probably be longer, and, yeah, cartoonish proportions.
But no, it's true.
Yeah, the idea was it was kind of a play on the kind of average-looking, relatively normal dude having an excessively kind of stereotypically attractive wife. I find that funny.
That's funny, given your original pitch for Grindude having a wife is, oh man, when Angel Ico did artwork for Grindude, he was, he looks like a...
He wore a wife beater, alright?
So, he wore a tracksuit, that's all he wore. That doesn't immediately translate as wife beater.
It made him look like a stereotypical wife beater. Whilst I've got the controller, again, this is a character that we've already got artwork for.
Really good one. I can't remember his full name because
I remember none of the name of these artists.
Was it Samidari Scarlet Spy? Maybe.
Sure.
I'll throw up the proper name on screen.
Horse Dude.
Throw up the artwork too, maybe.
Another thing I made. For some reason.
Slight differences compared to his original pitch.
Yeah,
you may have seen him in Soul Calibur 5 before.
You can't get horse tails, so that'll have to do. And also, you can't actually be a horse, so it's just a horse hat. Of course, they don't have all the same armors, so his armors change. I put a flower on it because it's kind of cute. It makes him look a bit fatter than he is. He is just muscle.
I can sense your fear.
There you go.
He's a lot quieter now.
Booty pants, and also a flower on his back.
Stop just giving everyone flower tattoos.
I don't know, they're pretty, alright? I like the motif. And he's got goat legs instead of horse legs.
Yeah, because no, Rafi, I think it's a pretty extreme makeup job. Like, I need to make Horse Dude pretty. Flower tattoo, that'll do it. See, now he's a pretty boy.
Yeah, horse legs don't exist in this world. Do we even need to show off Ferret?
Might as well just show how I've been able to create her in the Soul Calibur engine. She was actually pretty easy there. It was actually pretty good how I've been able to...
Liam did this. Ferret is our Fallout 4 character.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, it really does look like Grognak's outfit.
Yeah, the shoulder blades are the only thing I couldn't get quite right, as you can see, but I did everything else to the best of my abilities.
It's Ferret.
Yeah.
Just watch the Fallout. We've yet again got artwork of her.
Yeah, it's funny when I had to describe Ferret's character, it ended up being, she's surprisingly a lot nicer than we'd have thought. Bloody and violent, but...
Yeah. Ape Husband, only in generic outfit because that's all we ever got to see him in.
Yeah. His spine seems to just bend awkwardly there,
that's not really how
that
it
was,
works.
again, trying to make the big belly sort of character, and the spine is like refused to go stay in position.
He looks pretty accurate as well to what we made in Fallout. Surprisingly so. Of course, he never actually had an official name, but he is Ape Husband.
Well, I think the official is that's the kid's official name is like Sean, isn't it?
Yes, Sean.
For
some reason.
Yeah. I imagine there is a default name that happens to the characters. Now, the next one's kind of an incomplete one, as it were.
Oh yeah.
Because when the character will be created is an entirely different game, and I'm not sure what costume they'll wear. But Anyone
He's
who went
naked Birdman!
because he looks fabulous, you know. Basically, it's Percy the Peacock. Ended up mentioning in the Sonic Adventure, we brought up the idea of Percy the Peacock, and he kind of got consistently mentioned here and there.
By
So,
you.
if
specifically.
eventually-
I did not mention.
Eventually, if we ever do a Sonic Forces playthrough, I'd have Percy the Peacock as a protagonist.
Yeah.
Whether that be a full playthrough or if I do a sudden short start on it, who knows?
Of course, you can tell this is very incomplete because he doesn't have any colours other than green and white, and he doesn't have a peacock tail. But they don't have peacock tails.
Or,
so-
you know, clothes.
Well, yeah, but clothes aren't mandatory.
Okay, and now these next few characters, they vary in terms of their creation. A lot of them were based on the fact that I was actually wanting to work on do some RPG Maker stuff because it was hinted to be, it was going to be coming out for the 3DS, and I never saw it in store ever. Then it said it was going to come out for the Switch, and I never saw it in store ever.
see that.
So I planned to basically make a Grin Brothers RPG with characters based off some of the games we played. Admittedly, this one wasn't conceived at the time. This one was rather recently, as you can probably tell from the name and the attempted look. This is the Accountant from our Kirby Star Allies playthrough.
It looks kind of like a Minecraft villager.
Because I attempted to give, him the body of, like, the staff dudes, and then, like, given what I know the male of their race is like in a full adult form, I gave him the big nose. That's just a bull
It's
shoved
kind
through
of
it.
wonky.
Yeah, because I was trying to keep it so his eyes were still visible, and even then that still kind of crosses over.
Yeah, he looks like a Minecraft villager.
Gave this, like, priest-like robe look and the staff look to the best of my abilities. I guess if he was, say, a character in this sort of RPG thing, I guess he'd be the white mage of the party.
Yeah, but you got to remember, the Jabba Jammers are just like these tiny little ball people.
Yeah, but like naturally he'd be a bull people. But if he was humanoid, this was the best I could go with because again it was Highness was basically my reference to if they were humanoid, basically.
Because Highness is clearly humanoid.
Yeah, and so that's Flamberg. I know you were expecting someone else, but you know.
Yeah, it's the Accountant. I believe in you. You can get out. What are you trying to do?
I was stuck on the X thing.
Amazing. What's next?
Okay, and next,
So I think you made most of these.
yeah, I made quite a few. I asked you if you wanted to make some. There was one character on your profile you left on there.
Did I not? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, couldn't be bothered to copy them over.
This is Isel. Again, combining sort of ideas for, based off our playthroughs, our, longest playthroughs, our more significant playthroughs, and making characters and such for a attempted RPG.
Monkey!
Yeah, so you can guess where Monkey is from. Well, is based off of. Walrus tusks here.
Oh, wait, am I supposed to guess?
Yeah.
Oh.
Reptilian armor.
Donkey Kong, I assume.
Yeah, I based him off the Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze playthrough.
That was a long time ago.
I actually used the character creator for, I actually searched up on YouTube character creator for how to make Donkey Kong.
Amazing.
Which is why I mentioned when you were making one of your characters with a sword that, that's the banana sword.
Oh, yeah.
Because the sword everyone just turns into bananas when making Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
And so there's Iso again, it was planned to be like a villain character, I made like a counter villains, because the idea of the RPG was basically that Grin Dude was forcing Grin Brothers on everyone.
I mean...
And had a league of villains.
Isn't that what you do, though?
Basically.
You
Except
are the villain,
now Grin out with the heroes with his tail, ironically stopping people from being brainwashed and watching their channel.
I mean, I would. Seems like the right thing to do.
Okay, once again, another sort of villain set to be part of Grin Dude's council, as it were. Satchel.
That'd be Little Big Planet.
Yep. I attempted to make the, Negativaton?
Yeah, it
For the
actually
head?
doesn't look inaccurate, that's the problem.
And then I also combined it, I think colour scheme I based it off of the villain from Little Big Planet 3. That's why you got and that's where the eyes come from.
What was the villain from Little Big Planet 3?
He was the light bulb head guy, Newton, I think. Who basically had daddy issues. Because his daddy was a master creator and he wasn't. And his daddy disappeared.
I've now got to look this up.
I made him small and a little bit pudgy, because Sackboy is a bit pudgy. Admittedly, his trousers, his the big puffy trousers, go out past his cloak. Newton times Reader, Newton times Reading Lemon. Any kids watching this? Oh wait, no, kids can't watch this now. But anyway,
why was that the default Google search? I don't Google that thing either.
Again, more characters as part of the Grin Dudes evil councils to force Grin Brothers on people. Again, based off a playthrough we've done 2 times.
Shantae.
Yeah. Combined Shantae and Risky, but then I realised as I was making it that would just result in Nega Shantae.
Yeah.
As previously mentioned, Nega Shantae just has Risky's colour scheme.
Yes.
So instead I took on the motif of the whole doctor element. We ended up giving Risky boots.
We did.
Scientist.
Yes, she did become a scientist.
That's why the name's Dr.
I
Risky.
feel like you could have just made my version of Uncle Mimic. Or is that too evil?
Too evil, yeah.
Yes.
And I was kind of basing it on a combine the protagonist and combine the villain. Hence, the SL was a combination of Donkey Kong and the walrus guy, Lord Frederick.
I don't remember what he's called.
But then color scheme, I then based it off of the Mermaid, Giga Mermaid.
Basically, this is a really bad fan fiction.
Effectively, oh no, the trousers are kind of like Aquaman-esque.
Original OC, do not steal.
Trousers are Aquaman-esque. Again, it was all for an RPG based off our channel, so
Yeah. Original OC, do not steal. Do we have just like a recolored Sonic in here?
Well, no, this character would technically be a squirrel.
Yeah, very...
Based off the fact that we've done Project Spark and the Project Spark DLC.
Oh god, I missed Project Spark.
Yeah.
Shame they killed it.
You know, the purple skin is based off the Nega Spark. The general design of the character is based off of Scarlet, the one you played as, the default protagonist. And then I based the sort of, well, the clothes originally would have been based off Conqueror. I'm not sure why the shorts ended up being orange instead of blue, because I think, Conqueror's got a blue jacket. I'm not sure how that ended up, not appearing. I can't remember why it ended up being all orange.
Maybe the,
Again, technically this character wouldn't be, human/fairy-esque. It would be just straight off a squirrel sort of esque character, like Conqueror, or, well, okay, I guess also kind of like Berry, which is, I guess, falls in the fairy category.
Yeah.
But I mean,
a lot of stuff from Conqueror,
Nico sort of mid. Yeah. Is it not supposed to be? This is more Nico. It'd be more, I guess, fairy-esque, an actual squirrel humanoid.
Actually have fur.
Yeah, but of course, you can't do that unless you want to make Horse Dude.
Even then, he doesn't have fur really.
And I can't remember where I came up with the name Erona.
He's more like a horsatile, like a minotaur horse.
And this one we technically made together, but not in this creator.
No.
I'll have her maybe I'll record offhand where she actually appears from, but I attempted to recreate our Pokken tournament character we made.
Oh, I legit forgot we played Pokken
we played Pokken tournament and you have to make a character. And I was thinking for the fact that next year, and I guess this will tease people, next year we hope to do a Pokemon Sword playthrough.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, what, we should just do the character we already had from Pokken tournament as the protagonist.
What Pokemon did we use in Pokken?
Garchomp. I'm not sure if they reappear, but I know style-wise we're going to end up with Sobble.
Yeah.
And we've got a couple other Pokemon planned for the team. We can have a Garchomp if there is one, but not sure if you'd be up for that, because I don't know what other Pokemon you'd like to try out.
I'd be fine with it. You gotta remember, this game's like, I've got like a bunch of profiles on my Switch.
Yeah. But yeah,
of people that probably won't ever use it.
But I've made Katana here as best I can. She doesn't look as good as she does in Pokken Tournament, and I forgot that we ended up giving her blue hair and cat ears. And so I went back and looked at Pokken Tournament. It's like, oh yeah, because we just threw whatever random stuff we had after we clicked the amiibos, because we made her, threw down the amiibos, and then and the name I just came up with myself because cat ears and it's Indian. I kind of given Galarian region, and I'm surprised and curry and such. I kind of thought I'll give a bit of an Indian motif to it.
Oh, that's a
British
bummer.
Indian.
They killed Garchomp.
Oh, Garchomp's dead.
Yeah. He got executed. What if we what if we catch a Haxorus and just call it Garchomp?
Catch any dragon and call it... No, we haven't tried the Ghost Dragon before, Duraludon. Catch one of those, just name it Garchomp.
It's a shame there's not a dragon guy. Oh, we could get one of the fossils. Drakazol. And just claim that's a dragon.
Okay, this one, now just quickly going on to... this is based off the Miiverse Adventure series I've done. I've already got artwork of Vicky. This was... Vicky was actually made here more so to help design her brother Ricky in the engine. But I made Vicky in the Soul Calibur engine. Again, I've already got artwork of her and her base design. And she's pretty much just a picnicker in design.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say yeah. 'Cause,
Also,
like,
probably a lot older here than she actually is, because she's, like 10
this is
in
like
Nanka's Pokemon Weaver's Adventure.
strictly you stuff.
Yeah, this is just quickly. So I won't dwell too much on it. There was other characters I'd planned to create in this
You
engine.
can dwell as long as you want. I ain't gonna.
There was other characters I'd planned to create, but ultimately ended up not doing so.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to. And here's her brother Ricky, who I never did get artwork made of him back in the Miiverse days, and then Miiverse shut down. I probably would have done along with other characters, but then Miiverse shut down, and so I don't really have a design basis for him to make easier commission. So this will, if I ever do decide to do artwork of commission artwork of Ricky, then this serves as a good reference point. Kind of based his design off the camper, but he's an older brother to Vicky, so made him taller and leaner. And the only sort of other things I mentioned is that he's thin, tall, cautious, doesn't like to be, and religious. So,
Can you imagine in Pokemon if that guy burst out at you? It'd be like a JoJo's episode. I'm 15 years old.
wasn't the plan, but okay, I guess he's the new JoJo character. Okay.
Who isn't a JoJo? Everything's
I mean,
a JoJo.
Nanka and Hat even have JoJo artwork now.
I do, yes. That was my fault.
That's just the swimsuit vigilante. Again, so one I've got art, and it's a fictional character within a fictional story. Again, if you're ever interested in a nice Pokemon read, then go check out Nanka's Pokemon Miiverse Adventure to actually make sense of this context.
Yeah, you chose a good time to advertise it when you're showing off titties.
And this one's for the story that hopefully I'll have actually added more to, but I'm being distracted by Pokemon as of late. This is based off a couple of OCs made for Lonma. Because I thought, it's kind of boring that there's no real minions for Ganondorf in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
So I decided, well, I'll take the Phantom and give him a personality, Phantom Ganondorf, and give him his own character and personality. He comes out of painting, so I made it so he's an artist. Yeah, so
That's true.
he's the
evil.
court painter, as it were. Because that's the guy you want painting your portrait, isn't it?
I mean,
So the design, as best I can, is just based off Nightmares.
I'm not gonna
Sorry,
say-
based off the Phantom Ganondorf and
Yeah.
Nightmare because he rides a horse in the battle and all that.
he does ride a horse. Is it bad that I don't really remember anything from Ocarina of Time? Like, I forget half the game.
It's not really your Zelda game per se. It's not one that you got attachment to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not one I'm only more familiar with because I've been playing it recently and
To be
researching.
fair,
it.
there's like a lot of things in Shadow Nanka.
Yeah, but it's basically the Shadow Link, but I didn't want to make it. I wanted to make it her own character rather than this is a Shadow version of her. So
Yeah.
I made it so that in the fights, and eventually, if I ever get to that point, I might not to because the series hasn't been doing that well on DeviantArt.
Yeah.
Haven't been. There's no point in an interactive story if no one's reading it. So please check it out.
Yeah, it'd be appreciated. For him. It doesn't affect me in the slightest, but it means he complains less.
So I made a more original character, not supposed to be a shadow form, just based off Shadow Link, but
An actual human being.
yeah.
Well, probably not human, but it's not the point.
Again, lots of mine, and this video is going on for quite a while. We may have to actually hear a second recording.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been adopting characters of late. Now this one I won't show off too much because I've already shown her off in a previous video. This will just be for convenience. Pale Rose. She
Rose
was
is very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I adopted her from Yukiochi.
Yes.
Was
We have
the ori-
artwork of them already.
Yeah, and
as well,
Yukiochi was
so-
also the one who makes the Enslate. So,
Yes.
Pale Rose has actually already had quite a bit of artwork already, but I just figured, hey, I might as well utilise the character as much as I can outside of, say, including in writing and such, or so, made them in the character creator. Likewise, mentioned earlier the costume before the Nanka wore, the alternative one, was made by Fluffy Queens, and this is the character I adopted from her, Katie.
I assume all the adopt characters there's like artwork already there of.
Yes, only by the original creators. Again, I'll throw them from the screen if I can. I had had to commission a full body of Katie and a commission a full body of the next one as well at the time. There's more I can go into them, but again, I feel I've talked quite a bit about our characters already. But I've got a Adopt OC profile page on DeviantArt. I'll link that below.
Yeah.
So if you want to know more about them or ask about them, because I I'm open to questions, and it's how I come up with more details about the characters.
Yeah.
I'll include a link here. Here's Angelica. She's made by Angel Aiko. Got the the halo to the side a little bit there.
Wonky.
Yeah, wonky.
Are their wings 2 different colours?
Yes, 2 different shades of blue.
It's very weird.
Yeah, sorry. I probably did it by a bit too much,
yeah.
but kind of I changed it by like every 2 for the variant.
Yeah.
So it's the same colour, but it's different shades to it.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's Angelica.
Ow, that's loud.
And once again, the character I've shown off at the end of my Soul Calibur 5 short start.
Yeah.
And I have got one artwork of him. Here's Angel, one of my earliest OCs I ever made. Because I'd make him in like the wrestling games we'd play on the N64, the PlayStation, the Xbox. I had a childhood friend who he moved away, but he was a big fan of wrestling games, so played it on his Xbox and such like that. And whenever I did, I'd make Angel because the one thing you can say about the WWE games is that they had a spectacular character creator.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, but yeah.
And now you get all the fun of really unique character creators and unique WWE experience with your own personal storyline, eh?
Yeah, it's something. If you're on a unique character creator that has the same effect as WWE, but has a somehow better story, go play Spore instead.
And then this following one is an attempt at doing him outside in casual clothes outside of the
Angel
wrestling
wearing face.
Yeah. Of course, there's a limit to what you can do with casual clothes in this, but I did the best I could. I feel.
Yeah, the casual clothes.
Did glasses on him because I don't do glasses on many characters.
To be fair,
so.
it's like weird that they even have casual clothes as an option in this game.
I think
like, you look at the clothes that
manages still. Maybe he's just had a match.
The main,
going for
the actual characters dress up in. And it's like, at what situation would anyone be in casual clothes during the story of Soul Calibur?
I guess it's for. I think it's mainly because they do it like, hey, do you want to dress up your favourite characters in school outfits? Now you can!
That's not casual, though. School outfits aren't casual, Liam.
I don't know, maybe people like characters in jeans as well.
Do you want to see Voldo in jeans?
Yeah.
And nothing else?
I think people would quite happy if Voldo actually wore some jeans.
No, he's not allowed clothes.
And this was just a one-time thing I did before. I decided to recreate again just for the sake of it.
Oh.
I once made a female character in the wrestling games. Decided, I made Angel as a very, angelic character, so I'd go for an opposite and make a heel, as it were. So here's Lucifer.
Lucifer!
Um...
Is it pronounced specifically like that every time?
Yeah, Lucifer.
Introducing Lucifer! If you don't say it like that, she beats you up. And not in the fun way.
Yeah, again, just went with the devil motif. Trying to go for something that was a bit slightly, what's the correct term for it? You're better at this sort of thing, aren't you?
Fetishy? Dominatrix?
Yeah, slightly sexual in nature, but not
revealing,
obvious sort of thing. Not in your face sort of thing.
Not just like bland titties.
And these two,
I feel like you've put a lot more time into this than what I did.
Yeah, I haven't. And now these two next ones are based off characters I made. Back in the day. Oh, I make my own Soul Calibur OC. Fighting style. Hayden's fighting style was he's going to be the fist fighter. Just his weapons with the gauntlets.
Yeah.
Which is less fits and because you could put spikes in it and all that sort of thing. So it's not like it'd be complete.
Talon's the closest.
Yeah, Talon's closest because sometimes I make Maxi for the fist style, sometimes Talon. I had a better job with the last game when I made Angel and there was Jin's fighting style from Tekken.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is Hayden.
I guess the advantage is I can always just kind of, although I'm not good at it, I can just kind of sketch designs.
Yeah, whereas you've seen my artistic skills.
Yeah.
I only had Miiverse to use as a drawing and now that's gone, so I'm left with my crummy skills. So this is the best way to reference.
I was actually
characters.
messing around with it's my favourite character.
Now, anyone who's seen the Shadow of Mordor playthrough might be familiar with a certain joke that had no context to it whatsoever.
Batman!
Here is Bane!
I'm here with my cat girl, Batman!
because there was no werewolf ears, or only way to make him look like a werewolf, so I ended up making him an orc.
Batman, do you like my maid outfit, Batman?
And for some reason, Raph decided that this design,
It's Gay Rave Bane.
yeah, it was, you said gay rave BDSM Bane.
Something like that, but that's too long. Gay Rave Bane rolls a lot better off the tongue.
And it's like, why?
Play with me,
Why
Batman.
would you destroy everything I treasure?
I'll be your little kitty, Batman.
I create something and you ruin it. I got the moon tattoos to symbolise the whole werewolf thing.
and the belt. Just casually slapped around his face.
The belt?
Yeah, the collar.
Oh yeah,
sorry.
the collar. Yeah.
It's
And
a
get it
belt.
going through his face as well.
Batman, help me!
Yeah, you can see it even between the teeth a little bit.
It's
Yeah.
a gag.
Why?
Batman!
Yeah, I made him as like a werewolf character. He was just supposed to fight like a ball on chain.
Yeah.
Fighting style again.
And then he became Gay Rave Bane.
Apparently. Not sure why my creations go this direction.
I'm not sure either, honestly, but it's your fault.
What? How?
You made him.
And then, Nanka didn't just
Oh.
exist out of nowhere. You know, she has parents, so I made parents.
Hat doesn't. Hat exists out of nowhere.
Well, he is a demon after all.
That's true.
Well, sorry, he's not a demon. He went to demon school as all demons do, but he's not a demon.
Hat is very inconsistent in his backstory.
Yeah. Margaret, you can definitely see resemblances to Nanka, but then there's obviously differences. There's also differences in the sort of style and personality, so I wanted
Why
to
did you
reflect
zoom
that.
in on the thighs for differences? Yeah, I was messing around with the idea of
And, maybe one day I'll do like a family picture, Nanka and her parents sort of thing, but or
That'd
just
be
a
cool.
standalone picture sort of thing.
Maybe
Hat as well, because he's technically part of the family, I guess. I mean, Nanka summoned him for someone to play video games with, or he summoned himself, but they're not sure.
technically a pet.
They could have basically been doing it at the same time.
Let me out of here. Oh god.
I'm tired of demon school, being the non-demon that I am.
I'm smarter than everyone here, so I'm skipping lesson.
Then her father, who I based off of, I should have looked up his name beforehand. Full Metal Alchemist. You had the teacher, I think it's Izumi, the teacher of Edward and Al, and then you got her husband. Big, bulky, bearded guy, doesn't talk much. So that was the basis for Nandamo.
That's fair.
So big, bulky, and because the idea was that he's a farmer, very much dressed like a farmer. Nightmare for a horse, because Nightmare's ultimate movie is horsey.
Yeah, I liked that. It's very weird. Yeah, I was messing around with the idea of kind of fan idea of what if Veneri could evolve through hatred instead of love.
That would have been a really cool one.
And like I was kind of trying to design something that was like a more punkish low punny that would be like a dark type.
Yeah.
So I've got like a sheet of just a lot of sketches.
Yeah. Mrs. Chandler, Nanka's grandmother. Kind of where she gets the more interest in more gothic things, and Nanka's interest in dresses, because Nanka's parents both are more sporty types, as it were.
Yeah.
So the idea here is, Nanka got a lot of her interest in like her more girly fashion sense and her interest in the gothic stuff from her grandmother.
That's fair. Hat has no family.
And this character I just basically made up as just an excuse to make a skeleton character. It's like I wanted to make an orc character, but I didn't want to create Halberd because I will probably may one day have Halberd in a story.
Handy.
So I made Handy. This was kind of the basis of the pervert trope sort of thing, and like excuses to have a pervert trope character. And I thought, well, skeletons don't have flesh anymore. They must miss that, don't they?
Maybe. That
I'm not sure it's an excuse for
as the flesh decays. His sandals are too big for him.
Yeah.
They don't fit.
Sandals goes in front of
They just fall off.
despite being a skeleton, he's
Nah, that's the true reason I'm upset. My flip-flops don't fit anymore.
Yeah, again,
Maybe I'll have to buy some Crocs instead.
I mean, I'm not sure that's an excuse for, as, pervert trope in anime sexual harassment, but
Also, I don't
my
know.
flesh is gone, so I'm just going to do stroke you.
I also don't know why I started to go with that voice that was leaning strongly into the nostalgia critic Jared Leto voice.
The glasses, because again, I don't do that.
Knock knock! Who's there? You're holding anal beads!
Should I stop this? You know what? Kids aren't allowed to watch this now anyway.
Yeah,
'cause of
YouTube banned children.
Yeah, YouTube banned children. Children no longer. Yeah, originally I was also going to make the video game company based OCs, but I didn't have the time. And oh wait,
Oh,
you.
yeah, this was something I did.
Yeah, you're missing one of the characters you were going to create, but
Yeah, I was too lazy. But if we have time, we can just swap profile.
I mean we can record afterwards and just throw that in quickly. I mean, you know, it's just a third video.
Right. I forgot how dumb this was.
Do you want to commission artwork of Fabian?
I hit random a bunch. There's a lot of options you can't random, so I pulled up a number generator from Google and randomed everything I could.
Thus resulting in
This
Fabian.
is the result. Fabian.
We're not sure what he is. Is he good? Is he evil?
He fights like Geralt. He is a
So he's a Witcher protagonist.
He's a shapeshifter?
I think so, yeah. That's the sheen of a shapeshifter.
Yep, shapeshifter. Male. Debatably. I don't really know. He's a shapeshifter, so can they have a sexuality?
Hey, you wanted a family for Hat, and you know, maybe this is a...
No, this
a
thing is
guy,
not...
you know, maybe this is his teacher at Demon School.
This is not related to anything or anyone. He's got a number on his chest?
Oh, in the RPG, he's the random 1% chance encounter fight.
I don't know what number is on him.
He's the Dunsparce.
He's got a number. As you can see, his bow tie is there. He's got a very pained-looking cat. And the moon.
Yeah, the moon.
I think it's the face from Nier.
Yeah.
Um...
Nier Automata, a spin-off which has seemingly become more popular than its original IP.
Fabian. I don't know what he is,
He's a thing.
or if it's a he.
It's
Yet
a thing.
again, it's a shapeshifter. I hit random. It was very entertaining. I just wanted to see what happened.
Yeah, so
Really.
now when I say, I win a raffle, I can have any character join for free, I can just say, I choose any of them. They'll choose Fabian, because they always like your
I
characters.
don't know why. I make, like, just mistakes, really.
Okay, now back in the days of fanfics.net, I ended up making a few OCs for interactive stories. One was like a horror story where characters had been killed off. So I made a little paper dude who was a fan of Game & Watch.
I made my little pumpkin thing.
Yeah, you made like a grass pumpkin thing.
Yeah, it was like a spiky pumpkin.
Yeah. He lived longer than Stig did. Stig got killed off.
Yeah.
Funny enough, the little paper
Did
boy, he's supposed to be a little paper boy, you know, about, you know, as tall as your foot up to your ankle
Did
sort of
that
thing.
ever finish?
Nah, most of them never finished
Yeah.
or got deleted. There's one I'll talk about soon where basically he's supposed to be like only like a foot high and made of paper, but Mummy was the best I could do. Bag was just to make him a bit more interesting. Vespasian
That's
What-
how you pronounce it, okay.
was the villain for the second fanfic I made, Happy Halloween or something like that. Or something like that being what Nanka's name translates to.
Yeah.
Because that story actually starred Nanka. And Vespasian was the villain of the sort of one-shot. I spent all of Halloween making it. And I managed to write up a 40,000 word story in one day, basically. Because I'd only made a little bit beforehand.
Yeah.
I then since went back and fixed typos and all that. But yeah, here's Vespasian. He can summon magic hands and such.
Why do so many of your characters have sandals? Did they just...
I don't know. Maybe it's a Kishimoto thing.
You know what this is going to do, Liam? This is going to draw in the foot fetishists.
Look, we've already got Django fetishists watching our channel now. I don't think it can go too far down. I want to do that again. No offense to you people, but it's odd, but it's not like wrong.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt people, so if you like feet, you like feet.
Unless you suddenly make a machine to turn people into giants, then I think that could potentially hurt people. But yeah, Vespasian, villainous character, angry that he got rejected from Smash Brothers. You know, obviously not noticing, not paying attention to the fact that he's, you know, an original character, not video game. So,
Damn you and your inability to... Well, I mean, they kind of do have OCs with Demise now.
he was killed off before he could have his chance because this was back in the Brawls days. Yeah, very vain sort of character. And this one is from a interactive story submission. Got deleted apparently by the guy's younger sister.
Oh.
Vanilla. Now, guess the influence for Vanilla.
I don't know.
It's kind of in the name, kind of based off something I was going to do anyway.
I don't know.
Okay, well, Vanilla is short for Vanillaware.
Oh,
Because the idea was the characters had to originate from a game, so I, made the OC based off Hyperdimension Neptunia,
Yeah.
where everyone's based off a video game company. So I used influence from the protagonist Momohime from Murmurata Demon Blade. Was it Gwendolyn from Odin Sphere Leia Francia?
Yeah.
And the character from their other game they made was like a point-and-click Harry Potter-esque game.
Okay.
Grim something, or maybe I'll have the proper name for off screen. But yeah, she actually won there was a tournament thing, because the Smash, it was after Brawl, the story was, the Smash Fives didn't want to compete after the whole Taboo incident, so Mustang and Crazy were like, we need a midway tournament then, so they just grabbed a bunch of random OCs, was the idea. Vanilla ended up winning the tournament, although then afterward the tournament there was it gets attacked sort of thing.
And then it got deleted.
Yeah, then apparently his sister ended up deleting it accidentally. I'm not sure how people get their computers so easily deleted by younger siblings and kids. Apparently that happens often.
Yeah, they should really not let kids near their stuff. See, kids do nothing but cause issues. How many characters are there?
Still quite a few.
God, you're gonna have fun with this.
Yeah, there's going to be quite a bit to edit in. Yeah, here we have Ash Raid.
Do they not allow spaces in your net character
No,
names?
they don't.
Okay.
He's a character we made quite a while back. I have a
Me?
me of... Well, okay, kind of I, but partially you. I have a me of him on my 3DS, so I decided to put him on.
I have no recollection of this. I mean, it's not hard, but...
This one was just kind of a random one, based off of an old video game idea I had, where there was like a moral system. You threw a Halo sort of thing. Maybe I just used it as an excuse to have a character with the demon armor thing, but then I decided to cover up.
Yeah.
Archer breastplate sort of thing. Also, like the Jester.
You
trousers
tried
sort of thing.
making a lewd character and you could not.
Well, a character, because the idea was a
Amateur.
moral system, so, her base design is supposed to be angelic, but then, kind of way to be able to reference the devil system is, instead through the armor break rather than the moral system.
Yeah.
And she'd have a halo, throwing that out for the weapon sort of thing. There I had some, it's not a character I'm likely to use in a story in the future, so I figured, I'll just make it here. Excuse to, because I wanted a character of each fighting style.
Yeah. It's a lot of characters. Do I even have another creation on her?
I don't think so.
Amazing.
I think we're almost to the end. Yuki, kind of a Pokemon protagonist idea I had. Again, when thinking of, what if they, finally got rid of Ash? So I made a character, Yuki.
You fool!
Let's see. Her Pokemon starter changed repeatedly. At one point it was Purloin, then it was Larvesta. You can tell around the time I was thinking of this because it was. I was annoyed that Best Wishes was only a semi-reboot.
Yeah.
Then it was Mincino, and the other one I also considered was
looks like it's
was
scarred.
it you had it? Not Froglass. Not Frostmoth. Cryogonal. That's it.
Yeah, you weren't even close.
Yeah, the Snowflake. Yeah. Because again, the idea for a
Can you just slowly zoom into its eyes when you edit?
That's just I guess.
It's like its face is. It reminds me of the cupcake
It's in
dog.
the equipment. Edit manually. Shoulder kitty. No, that's still as far as you can edit. You have to do it from a distance.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
The thing is, the cat goes everywhere when you're in a fight.
Yeah, it's pinpointed to the leg, so it moves when the leg moves.
I guess if I was using her outside of the Pokemon universe thing, I guess, say, in that RPG Maker thing, she'd be like, I don't know, serving as a save point character sort of thing.
Or a summoner.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Just a character choice for an NPC sort of thing. But again, she was supposed to be a bit of a sort of.
Why do you keep doing that?
Just to pan across the whole character in case we're using for references.
That's fair.
To get a close up of all the aspects. And this one I kind of mentioned at the end of SNK Heroines.
Are you assuming that I remember?
The SNK Heroines, I kind of mentioned, mentioned that there is something I do have a love-hate relationship with as a genre. And, just one of the ideas I had. So here's Alex, sort of, I think the idea is like a sort of college student into archaeology, and I think the idea was also influenced by, can't remember the name of the game, Dr. Lautrec?
Oh yeah.
That Konami game that somehow manages to rip off Professor Layton, Metal Gear Solid, and Pokemon all at once.
Yeah.
But it had the whole idea of Paris having all the catacombs, and it's like, oh, that's a really cool archaeological exploration sort of thing.
They do have the catacombs.
Yeah, so
People
I thought
have died in
of a
that.
character who likes to do sort of exploration of that sort of thing. But of course, this combines with the other idea I had, which I mentioned at the SK Herons. I have a love-hate relationship with
gender
the
benders.
gender bender genre. And the idea of what if it was a gender swap character who, every time they see their reflection, they transform.
Oh yeah, that.
Admittedly, the demon horn and sort of wing sort of ideas was more of the full-on effect of it. Like if there's a full moon, because the idea was mirrors and moon imagery sort of thing. So if there was a full moon, then all the demon stuff. But otherwise, it was more of a, the wings and horn wouldn't be there. The wings was just because I wanted to use the winged character creator thing. But typically, it was only the horns and the tails I thought of. But yeah, like the idea for it was every. If the character sees their reflection, depending on how much of their reflection they see, they'll swap genders for a period of time. A full body reflection, 24 hours.
Yeah.
And, that's just a little story idea sort of thing.
How much?
No, I'll just quickly go over these ones, because otherwise this will knacker even my new laptop would not be a fan of editing all this.
Yeah, it's like almost as much footage as I have to go through of some. Well, it is as much footage as I have to go through of
Now, this one you might remember.
Asteroid.
Actually, no, you may not remember.
Yeah, you assume too much of me.
Asteroid. Well, we had when we were working on a video game idea together, we needed a villain.
Yeah.
So so we ended up making Asteroid. The politician / supervillain.
Yeah.
The armor ironically went the opposite direction to what I wanted. I wanted it, sort of like like General Grievous's helmet. That's kind of what I wanted, but this was closest, I guess. So it kind of goes in the opposite direction. But basically, his helmet was supposed to be like General Grievous's.
Yeah.
Because although I'm not a fan of Star Wars, General Grievous is a cool design.
He is cool.
So that's Asteroid. So I kind of said me like to be, if we were doing the RPG thing, he's like the true villain or hidden villain. He's like, you thought that was the big bad, but I'm the big bad, and now my evil scheme happens because somehow relating to YouTube channels.
Yeah.
And this was like, the secretary assistant, who's actually a statue that somehow no one notices.
It is time for my true evil plan.
I'm
going to
the
take
headdress
over
was supposed to be
YouTube.
hair because the statue can't have hair, so I did the headdress for hair.
That's fair. And make terrible decisions. Takes over YouTube. Wow, none of the decisions I've made have been as bad as what they've done.
Wings are supposed to appear in and out, not all the time.
Yeah, I feel like, given the design you gave her, she would stand out quite a bit.
Nope, just the secretary. You are evil, would have never guessed. This just basically a putty, basically.
Yeah.
And as you can see, it's supposed to be a troll.
He looks a bit like Mac Tonight. Like he looks like he's got Mac Tonight's face.
And if we just go to the damage things, you'll notice that the colours and such are actually and the play button here are based off YouTube.
Yeah. You say it's the YouTube play button. He still looks
so
like,
that does kind of tie really real well into your point about, and I've taken over YouTube.
He still looks like Mac Tonight. And I won't ever unsee it.
This was actually one of the first video game ideas I had when I was younger.
Oh, Dio Dark.
Yeah, Dio Dark. Yeah, he's supposed to be short and muscular. I can't really do him quite so short here.
Yeah.
My gosh, he's like the edgiest character I've made back in the day, and he's still ended up being called, having alliteration in his name.
Yeah. Because you can't not alliterate, apparently.
Yeah, he's supposed to have claws for hands, but instead I just to give him Voldo's fighting style to replicate that. I always liked characters with brown, rugged cloaks that they can just throw off at any point, or just travel through a desert with the hood up. So.
Yeah, I think you have Dragon Z to blame for that.
And that probably should have been shorter than that, but it is the one which gave the best rugged look. The trousers are damaged.
Yeah, I don't think booty pants would have quite the same effect.
That's Dio Dark. And then the idea I had to look for on the game was that there's 3 factions. There's, of course, the Dio Dark sort of helping the villagers. Ironically, the bad guys have the guy who's like, again, I was like 6 when I was making this.
You were very edgy.
Yeah.
You listened to too much Linkin Park at that
the age. I don't think Linkin Park existed when I was 6. Here's Leo Light. The idea is...
Liam, I'm pretty sure they did.
The idea is that EOs are all supposed to be like a clone soldier thing. Dio Dark went renegade because they tried to use dark magic, and dark magic isn't as orderly, and then he decides to help out a village, which is suffering under the villains. Leo Light's their sort of more obedient soldier because he uses light magic, because he's based off with light powers, and you know, him and Dio fight, yada yada yada. Went for the Angelic Wings. I went, you know, Tales of Symphonia-esque with it.
The first album of Linkin Park was 1997.
Yeah, I would have been. They were around when I was
Linkin
6.
Park has been around as long as me. And
You are Linkin Park.
Oh.
And then this idea was basically, what's the guys? We're just kind of like the regular scavengers, sort of bandits, sort of thing, like in Fallout sort of thing. What if they decided, we're going to try and make a robot to fight all these EOs? So they made Mio Metal. And, you know, that's why his body's so misproportioned. It's supposed to be like a really clunky looking body. That's why his hips are bigger than, are like 20, but his waist is like minus 20.
Very poorly made robot.
It's supposed to be a lot of the brown, clunky, just rusted metal thrown onto him, but it looks too shiny here.
Yeah,
you know,
it looks very shiny.
Not all of his body's actually covered, so that was like the third faction.
But as close as it can get.
And then just capping off, just the random, I wanted an excuse to make a lizard character.
Lizard.
Because Lizard Man isn't in this game.
For some reason.
I also wanted an excuse to have Keelix fighting stuff, so I made Giraffe.
That is a giraffe. Scientifically speaking, this is a giraffe. Do they never change face?
Yeah. And yeah, that is our Christmas special. Maybe Raph will throw in a bit more if he wants to. I mean,
Nah.
really long as it is, but
No.
yeah, that is our OCs. I mean, for a Christmas special, it's more just a way to make references for artwork, so kind of a bit weird that.
I did, what, like 4 or 5?
I asked you if you wanted to make more!
Yeah, but then do you know how long this would have been?
I don't know, we could have done it as a multi-part series on Christmas. Just upload constantly on Christmas. We're the only Christmas video.
Don't
It's just-
kid yourself, everyone uploads at Christmas.
Maybe we'll just sprinkle some snow to give it a more Christmassy feel.
Throw some ice at the screen.
In any case, I hope you enjoyed seeing what characters we made in Soul Calibur's character creator. It's a brilliant character creator, and we'll updates over the years because, you know, they'll get more costumes and such and all that.
Hopefully.
And I want to create my video game.
I need to get
company
back
soon
in
at
and
some point.
finish this game. 'Cause that was a good game. I
It
liked
is.
it.
So yeah, hope you enjoyed the side of these characters. If you're an artist I'm commissioning, this will be serving as reference work, so
Kind of.
enjoy looking at it for references for the characters.
This is ultimately just a ploy to make people watch our videos.
Yeah! We'll get that viewership up!
One way or another.
You know, because the other ways we're getting viewership is incest, giant girls, GameCube.
GameCube is good. Maybe we should just play GameCube games.
In any case, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, and in advance, I hope you have a Happy New Year. From all of us at the Grin Brothers, oh, 2 of us.
2 of us, yes. There are 2 of us.
I didn't know if you all wanted to say it as well, or...
No. I refuse to wish you people a Merry Christmas. I hope you suffer.
Cheers, everyone!
Like, comment,
Cheers, everyone!
Bye.